The company that you started is
Data edX Group, and it is data education with the X factor. And the X factor is me. It is the conversation, the sprinkling, the flavor of how to make practical, ethical, and responsible curriculum for adults. And those adults include educators, scholars, and practitioners. So, yeah, I am just trying to get adults to be okay with being uncomfortable and how they navigate this data infused AI craze society. It's a lot about broadening their understanding. Some of it is really answering questions. That's what's been happening over the past few weeks, because people have questions about like AI hallucinations. They have questions about generative AI. They have questions about what does it mean to be equitable in their practices of like their day-to-day activities on the job. So that's what I do.
Oh, so you mentioned a lot of terms that I'm pretty sure everyone that listens to this don't understand, but I'm gonna tell you guys that these are things that you'll need to understand, because data hallucinations, you know, they don't realize a lot of these generative AI tools make up stuff.
Yeah, it's lies. I say it's lies, y'all. It's lies.
AKA tell you lies, right? But then people believe it and run off with it, you know? And so there's so much to unpack there. But as far as the group that the company you've created, you also have like a group, right? With folks that are in the field, and you guys engage, I'm saying outside of, let's say, workshops or teaching. Don't you have like a kind of like a small group community that you also have that folks can learn more? Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
So underneath the umbrella of Data edX Group, I created Black Women in Data, which is really our, social impact arm. And it is a group of experienced Black women who tend to be leaders, and they have data roles. So they tend to be in the data industry for 5 to 7 years, many sometimes more. And we meet monthly in order to talk about alternative streams of income. And we also just lift each other up. And of course, it all comes together with an annual conference, which I call the Black Women in Data Summit.
Which is coming up, by the way.
Which is coming up, September 23rd, 24th, here in Atlanta and online, in order to have these richer conversations. Because what I found out very early on in my data journey is that there's not many Black women. We account for less than 1% of the industry, yet we are the most targeted. And as you mentioned before, one of the most educated demographics. So because data and its cousin AI are so important, we need to be at the data table. And so I wanted the Black women in my network and their network in order to come together to have a conversation over a day and a half, and to really be able to be unmasked and unmuted.